What's up, guys? BigPoppaDrock back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And guys, I am so excited for today's video. That's because we're going to be showcasing one of my all-time favorite champions. That's right, the one, the only, Leorius the Proud. Leorius is like, to this day, I think he's been out for what, 2 years now? Something like that, year and a half, 2 years. He's still, I think, probably my most used nuker out of everyone in my collection. As you can see, I've got a crazy collection. There's tons of +4 champions, but I use Leorius more than anything else. And I think this is one of the world's strongest. I don't think it's the world's strongest, to be completely honest with you. It's not fully awakened, and I don't know if I ever will fully awaken him because it's just so expensive to buy that 6-star, and frankly, 5-star is good enough for my purposes, but he's definitely pretty strong, and as you'll see, he's going to absolutely wreck Platinum Arena, or at least so I hope. Otherwise, this will be a pretty embarrassing video. But anyway, let's get into what makes Leorius the Proud so special, and let's start with his skill set. We'll do this pretty quickly. First off, on the A1, Lion's Twin Claws. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each it has a 60% chance of placing a 60% decreased debuff for 2 turns. Damage increases by 20% if the target has less than 60% HP. This is a pretty great A1, all things considered. Now, in today's arena, having a debuff on your A1 is not the best thing because, frankly, you have a really good chance of triggering polymorph. So you have to make sure when you're building Leorius that you build him with as little accuracy as possible, at least for Platinum Arena. Lower levels of Arena, where maybe polymorph isn't as prevalent, you can get away with having higher accuracy. But still, just to be safe, build him with low accuracy if you're building him for Arena, because frankly, there's nothing worse than getting sheeped. As we all know, it's one of my least favorite things. If you haven't seen my video on it, I encourage you to go check it out. So maybe it will pop off and Plarium will actually nerf it, but that's a different conversation. So anyway, he's got a great A1. The also nice thing about this is it's a two-hitter, right? So if you think about what the meta is right now in the arena, you've got tons of Ultimate Death Knights. Ultimate Death Knight is going to soak up that first blow, but he's not going to get that second one. So you can get damage through Ultimate Death Knight with this. And then also on top of that, it's great for Rhodos, because obviously Rhodos' passive won't let him get one shot. Potentially here you have a chance to take him out if he's not protected by a Necrit, etc. So really solid A1. You go over to the A2, attacks all enemies 2 times. This is technically his strongest hitting ability. It's not much stronger than his A3, but what's great about it is the passive effect of this ability. This champion is immune to stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, fear, true fear, petrification debuffs when the skill is not on cooldown. That is so powerful. You don't see as much of this in the arena nowadays because of polymorph. People are trying to avoid throwing out debuffs. But realistically, if you're facing a Sifi, if you're facing a Torment, if you're facing any of those champions that do have that high accuracy, you don't have to worry about getting debuffed or getting controlled. And that is what makes this champion so phenomenally powerful. One of 2 things, in my opinion. I love this ability. You just have to make sure it's not on cooldown. So typically what I'll do is I'll lead with the A3 and then go to the A2 afterwards. Speaking of the A3, let's take a look at that. Awesome Roar attacks all enemies. So another AoE, that's 2 AoEs. 80% chance of placing a True Fear debuff for 1 turn before attacking. Is an 80% chance of placing a 25% weakened debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. What a kit! He's throwing out weakens. He's throwing out decreased defenses. He's throwing out True Fears. He can't be controlled. The dude is just an absolute beast, right? And that's why, to this day, he's probably still my most used nuker. I just love throwing him in there. And the other part of why I love throwing him in there is because of this absolutely disgusting passive. So active effect instantly places an unkillable buff on this champion for 1 turn before receiving a fatal hit. He's got built-in swift parry, baby. You can put this champion in a Savage set, watch him wreck Arena, and then if you go up against a Mortu, he's not going to necessarily die on that first round. Like, he gets another turn. That block revive can't get through that unkillable buff. Huge. Really, his biggest enemy in the arena, without a doubt, is Rhodos, because of Rhodos' A3, which can just go right through that. But frankly, in all other areas, he's so strong because of this passive. And then also, and this is another part of what makes him such a nasty nuker, Damage increases as the champion's HP decreases by 1% for every 1% of HP loss. So listen, when he's at full HP, he's not going to be the hardest hitting nuker in the game by any stretch of the imagination. But if he gets down to 1 HP, he can really do some damage. And that is such a massive advantage to have if you're at the very last. He's the last guy alive, that passive proc, and now he's dumping out insane amounts of damage and pulling you to a victory. He's done that for me many times. Again, part of why I use him so often. Excuse me. Let's take a look at the blessing here. This is only a 5-star awakening. I've gone with Lightning Orb. You can go with Soul Reap. In fact, you'll see most people use Soul Reap. I just like Lightning Orb at the 5-star because it's going to protect some of the buffs that might be on him. So it might protect that unkillable buff if it procs towards the end. Still does bonus damage, etc. So for me, I prefer Lightning Orb, but you could certainly run him with Soul Reaper, either or. So let's take a look at the build, what we're all here for. So let's start with our weapon. So this is a nasty Savage weapon. I mean, just about as good as it gets. I wish the accuracy were speed, but we've got a quad roll on attack, and we have crit damage and crit rate. It didn't ascend with attack, but that's all right. Nothing you can do about that. For the helmet, we're running a little Divine Speed Perception combo here, so we do have a broken set. So there's a lot more power possible for this champion if I can get some better artifacts. But again, this is a perfect piece. Crit rate, speed, crit damage, attack percentage. I mean, honestly, the only thing you would have liked to have seen here is that speed roll maybe fell into crit damage or attack, but otherwise, one heck of a piece. This is a rare shield, funny enough, but for whatever reason on my account, I can't seem to get really good crit damage pieces on my Savage. I don't get crit damage rolls. So for this build, this ended up being the best choice. Again, like you can make this champion stronger than I have him for sure. And mine's pretty strong. Head on down to the gloves. Crit damage, crit rate, attack percentage. Again, this literally is a perfect roll, except for the fact that it didn't ascend attack percentage or crit damage. Like if it had just had the ascension to attack percentage or crit damage, then this would have been absolutely the best. It got flat attack, so not the best, but we'll make it work. Then we've got our chest attack percentage with an attack percentage ascension with crit rate and crit damage. Fantastic piece, can't go wrong here. And then finally, attack percentage boots with crit damage, crit rate, and speed. Again, didn't ascend the way we want. So you can see you got to get lucky, right, when you're building some of these super strong champions. I didn't quite get the ascensions that I wanted, but he's still an absolute beast. And as you'll see, it doesn't really matter that much, even in Platinum Arena. So let's take a look at the accessories. We got a triple roll on an attack ring, which is sick. You've got crit damage with no attack roll, so you could get a little more attack here if I had something better. It did hit a max glyph, though. And then over here on the banner, I don't have a triple roll banner for attack for Skinwalkers, unfortunately. So this was the best that I had. I did glyph it up. I could glyph the HP as well, but it gives you a general idea. If you look at his total stats, so we're rocking 45k health, 8,300 attack, 2,400 defense, 193 speed. So this is a little bit faster than most people build them, but I don't mind having a faster nuker. I think sometimes it can get you out of sticky situations at the end of a fight if you've really been kind of dragging on and Stone Skin is keeping people alive, and getting those turns back isn't necessarily the worst thing. Yeah, if you're trying to nuke someone down in one hit, typically you want to have them slower nowadays so that you can avoid Stone Skin and avoid reaction procs. But I don't mind. You'll see in the team that I typically run them on. It doesn't really matter that much. 100% crit rate, only 327% crit damage. So I really would like to see this get higher, like 8,500 attack and 350 crit damage would kind of be really nice for Leorius. But again, I have to build him with low accuracy, and these are the best pieces that I have on my account that also keep his accuracy as low as possible, because I do not want to trigger polymorph with this champion. It is an immediate way to lose a fight, and it's very important. You'll also see he has pretty low base attack. This isn't anything crazy, so it is tougher to scale his attack high. So all in all, pretty strong build. Masteries, just a quick look. It's the standard stuff you'd see with a nuker, so nothing special. For Leorius, you really want to make sure you have the double chance to counterattack essentially here, because again, he's not going to get controlled by anything thrown out there, so he's a better chance of deterrence actually proccing. But you got Helm Smasher, you got all the usual suspects. Nothing special. There you go. That's the build. We're going to do a quick damage test just to give you an idea of what he's capable of. And then right into Platinum Arena, let's see what he's got. So we'll jump in here. We'll go to a dungeon. Everybody loves Dragon. This is hard Dragon. We'll go to normal just to make it simple. Void, Affinity. This looks my pay-to-win farming team here. You love to see it. I pulled 2 TOs the other week. I couldn't believe it. On a non-TO event, by the way. That was the craziest part. It wasn't even a TO event. And I happened to pull 2 of them randomly, like right one after another, essentially. Pulled one, pulled a different champion, pulled another. Looking for a Lydia. Where is she? There she is. And then we'll throw an Arbiter in here. There we go. So just to give you an idea of kind of what his damage is capable of. Leave this on ×1. All right, attack up. Let's throw decreased defense, a weaken out there. We got both. He puts his own weaken, so even if I didn't land the weaken, doesn't matter. Here's the A3, 180, 212. Not bad, but not phenomenal, right? Let's run it again. There are definitely harder hitting nukers when he is at full HP. When he is at low HP, he hits pretty darn hard. Let's replay it again. We'll do the A2 here quickly just to give you an idea. Back up, decrease defense, weaken, throw it out there. And now let's hit the A2. This is a double hitter. So you see we wiped some people there. It looked like about 240, 250 all things in. But just gives you an idea of what he's capable of. All right, enough of that. Let's get to Platinum Arena. That's why we're all here, right? That's what we want to see. This is being recorded on a Thursday, so it's later in the week, so you're going to have stronger teams than my last video, which was on Rhodos. I was very proud about taking this team out. This is just Panda. He's probably one of the strongest players in the entire game. I actually used Leorius to do it, funny enough, off stream. His team is sick. His defense team is sick. But so, all right, let's take a look at this team right here. We got Sifi, Yumiko. This is my go-to kind of speed farming team that I typically use. Whenever I'm trying to get in and out of fights quickly. This is not a team to use all the time for Platinum. And the reason being for that is that you got to be really careful here with some of these teams. But Rhodos, we should be able to take him down if there's nothing too crazy. So we'll throw an increased attack up there. Yumiko shuts everything out. Again, look at that. Sifi can't control me. Such a big part of why I love this champion. We'll hold off on throwing out another increased attack so we can get back to it. And now we'll go ahead and lead. Now, technically, normally with Rhodos, I'd want to lead with the A2 here to wipe him out. Actually, we'll just lead with the A2. Let's just end this. Boom. Done. Easy. Now, power level here, massively different. On my last video, a lot of people commented, oh, man, you're facing teams with super low power level, right? It matters, but not necessarily as much as you think. And the reason for that is, keep in mind, the power level you're going to get from champions, the stuff that pushes it up the most is crit rate and resistance. And you might see a 600k power team in arena that you could defeat very easily because it's all just resistance, right? Keep that in mind. We'll fight some stronger teams, though. Don't worry, guys. Obviously, we annihilated that team just to give you an idea. But let's see if we can find one that's stronger. Okay, here's a strong one. $20 million or 20 million player power. This is a much better indication of how strong an account is. So if you're thinking about challenging somebody, take a look at their player power. That will give you a much better idea of how strong their account really is. You see this? 20 million, pretty dang solid. You look over here. This guy, Just Panda, one of the strongest, people in the entire game, almost 50 million. His account is literally bonkers, and that's coming from someone who also has a nutty account. So this will be interesting. We got Harima in here. I don't like facing Harima teams because her passive is so nutty. And again, I can't really shut it down with Ramontu the way I might want to, but hopefully we can shut them all down. All right, there we go. No polymorph. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and lead with the A3. This is always dangerous. And again, one of the worst things you can do with Leorius is challenge Rhodos type teams. And the reason for that is Rhodos might pop an extra turn and take you out right away. You have to be really, 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 really careful with Rhodos teams. So now we can go to the A2, clean that up. We might lose him. Oh, interesting. Wow. See, he's about to get annihilated here for sure. We'll shut them all down again. Very fast, Sifi. Res up. Yeah, Rhodos, not what you typically want to face with Leorius. And let's actually go to this. Go ahead and make sure we get the turn first. We refreshed everything. And now just go to auto. Should be able to finish it off. And there we go. We got sheeped. This is the danger of Platinum Arena. Like, you are getting sheeped constantly if you have any level of accuracy on your champions, or if you are using champions that have, you know, buff strips or anything like that. That's a solid team right there. Harima makes that a lot harder defense than it otherwise would be. Let's see if we can find something that's really solid. Ooh, this is an interesting one right here. Much higher power level than my team. +4 Warlord. Could be faster than me. You never know. We'll try it out. We'll see. Rhonda also can do some nasty stuff with her block passive ability. So this could be a loss for me. I wouldn't normally necessarily take this team in here to try to speed farm this. We did get the cooldown on everyone except the Duchess. The Duchess is also in Stone Skin. All right, let's see what we got here. I'll hit him with the A3. Necrit, also a tricky one because you can throw that disgusting little, decrease attack buff up. Again, we'll buff again with our Arbiter. So this is actually great. So Rhonda just annihilated me, right? But this is fantastic because now he's going to hit as hard as he can possibly hit. It's not going to get any stronger than this. We're going to go ahead and just shut down those skills again just to make sure. I'm not even going to, you know what? I'm not even going to use Arbiter's ability here because I want him to hit the absolute strongest. He's at 1 HP. Can we finish him off? No, because of the Necrit. But still, at the same time, not bad. We'll go ahead and use this. He might get hit here by the Rhonda. We'll try to shut down her turn meter a bit. And then can we strip some buffs without getting polymorph? Yep, we're good. Right there. We're at 1:15. So you want this to typically be a little bit faster. But hey, there you go. In and out. Not bad. Minute 17 isn't the best for Platinum Arena. But given the fights are getting longer and longer and longer due to polymorph and stone skin and everything else, you'll take it. Team power level, this guy has a stronger power level than me, right? So just keep that in mind whenever you're fighting people. Power level isn't everything. Composition of team and then also player power is a much better idea of what's out there. Let's see what else we got in terms of super hard teams. There's a Raglan, a Warlord, a Rhodos. So this is a team I would normally not challenge with Leorius because of the fact that you got a +4 Rhodos there. You've got a Warlord that can shut down his skills. Like, this is about as bad as it gets. And you have a Raglan, which can revive super fast. We'll go ahead and give it a go. Could lose this one. This could be a nasty defense. So this would be something I might do a little bit different. Let's see. We didn't shut down either the Raglan or the Duchess. So that's something to be aware of. So both of their skills are up, which means they can revive. I'm going to go ahead and use the A3. Got an extra turn, immediately annihilated my Arbiter. This is why you don't want to run. This is exactly why you do not want to run Leorius teams into this kind of stuff. Oh, man, he almost took everybody else out still. Oh, come on. But she's got so much resistance, and she has a revive still, doesn't she? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Do I have another AoE? I do. But it's not enough because the Rhodos has his damn passive. This could be a loss, guys. Oh, it's definitely going to be a loss. Case in point, Rhodos is still really good for defense. Still really, 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 really good for defense. Okay. So we know we can't shut down his two main people. So how would we want to switch this up? So I think what we do here, we'll take out our Kymar. We'll keep our Arbiter, but we'll throw in, let's throw in a Necrit. Never a bad idea, especially when you're facing a Rhodos. And again, I think one of the common things you see when people watch these videos of World's Strongest Championships or champions or Plat showcases, whatever else, is they're like, oh, you're using all these super powerful champions. Well, yeah, man. In Platinum Arena, you have to have this kind of stuff. It's insanely difficult to push any kind of Platinum Arena without a full arsenal of champions. And that means all of the crazy stuff like this. You kind of have to have them all. Because frankly, people do. People like me exist. They have tons of really powerful stuff. All right, we're going to go ahead and throw the buff on Arbiter. Should protect her there. We'll do that here. All right, perfect. Much better. Now he's going to res still because they weren't shut down. I didn't have enough accuracy on the Yumiko. That's the tough thing nowadays. It's very tough to get both enough accuracy and enough speed to be able to shut them both down. Go ahead here. And should be able to annihilate everybody. Now we can go to auto. Duchess already used her ability. And then this is a little bit better fight. So, again, if you're going to use Leorius against a Rhodos, probably bring a Necrit. Bring a Ultimate Death Knight if you don't have a Necrit. Bring something that's going to protect him because Rhodos is a really big danger to Leorius specifically. And again, this is a guy with much higher player power than me and team power higher than mine as well. Let's take him into this team is, oof, this is nice. This is a great example of a team that I might challenge. It's tough because of the Rhodos, but the Mortal Macabre, why not? Let's go ahead and run this. Let's see what we got here. Oh, he's got Temporal Chains on. Shut him down. All right, everybody shut down. Big. Protected from the Necrit decrease defense. Hitting more to this, a little dangerous, but we did get the buff to lower, which is important. Let's go ahead and just see if we can take out this Rhodos. This is our biggest threat. Couldn't do it, even with the increased attack. And that is why you want to have a Necrit and Ultimate Death Knight right there. Without him, I die immediately. With him, I'm able to keep going. Let's see what we got. Let's hit it. We'll do that. I could have used... oh my god, here goes Rhodos. Right? Scary. Anytime he gets those extra turns, the fear of God enters my body. The reason why I like Leorius so much for Mortu is that his peril skill, I don't have to worry. He can't kill me with his peril skill, at least not on the first round. There's the A1 to finish him off. 55 seconds. Could have been a lot faster if I was on auto, but gives you a good idea. What else we got here? Uko. This is a nasty team right here. Solid power level, right around mine. And a Marichka. This could be a really long, drawn-out fight. Again, things that you typically, when you're farming plat, you don't want to go into facing this kind of a team whatsoever. I don't know if I would normally use Leorius in this instance, to be completely honest. I might use a Baron or something like that. But then again, even Baron's going to get really messed up. I'd actually probably use a Turvold. Shout out to Scratch. Great video on Turvold, who's made a huge comeback in the arena because of Marichka when you pair him with Lydia. But this is a Leorius showcase. Let's roll with... Shut me down, this, that. We'll roll... I'm trying to think if I want to be able to continue to nuke. Or if it's better for me to have... I'm going to roll with this. We're going to roll with the speed farm team here. I'm just going to put it on auto. Let's see what happens. Let's see how we do. Full auto from the get-go. What's he choose to do? Uses the A3. There comes Harima. What an animal. He just got decreased attack, which is never fun. See what we got. Harima doing work. And now here's where it gets tricky, though, right? Because Marichka still alive. She's going to revive everybody. Not fun. Does Leorius have an a... Oh, yes, he did. He had an AoE. 36 seconds. For that kind of a team, we'll take that all day long. That is not bad whatsoever. Rima does really drag fights out, and so does Marichka. So that's exactly what we're looking to see. Let's see if we can do one more. Oh God, this is not what I should be facing right here. 3 revivers, excuse me, and a Rhodos. This is a horrible idea, but why not, right? Why not? We'll take this out. We'll put the Necrit back in. I think we need the Necrit. The other thing, guys, if you're watching this, you can see my champion collection is pretty crazy. I'd love your feedback on what champions you guys want to see next. If you have a particular champion you'd love to see me do a showcase on, let me know in the comments. And at the same time, also let me know what are your favorite champions that you use in all of these different situations. I was going to say, did we not get the Rhodos with the cooldown there? That would be not great. So let me know, like, what kind of stuff are you using on your own teams? Let's sit the Rotos down. Important. So we know Marichka is going to be the last one standing. Nothing we can do about that. Got to wait for the Stone Skin to get out. See if we can get rid of that Ward of the Fallen there. All right, I'm not going to use the AoE because I wanted to revive first. There's the revive. Don't know if the Rotos is shut down. This could go badly for me. But just to protect, we'll do the Arbiter. I've lost my mouse cursor. There it is. Okay. Thankfully, this Rotos is not super strong. And also probably not fast enough. Ah, there we go. That's exactly what you don't want. So now I got to take her down again. And now he's got his res. So he might be able to res unless I can finish him off here. Okay, we did. Rotos again a threat. Probably has his A3 up again. Really want to get this off first. We did. This is why I like to build him faster. And now we can go to full auto because the Sifi already used her res. So again, about a minute 30. Not great. You want it to be faster. Ideally, not going to get it done for a platinum push if you're pushing top 20. But, you know, you'll take your wins where you can get them. So that gives you an idea, guys. I hope you enjoyed this showcase. Like I said, there may be a stronger Leorius out there. I'm sure there is. There's probably someone who hasn't fully awakened or has better gear than I do. But I think he's my favorite overall champion in the game still to this day. Just such a versatile, unbelievably powerful, and just awesome champion that you can use in so many different areas of the game. But obviously purpose-built for Arena. And I can't wait to see what happens with Live Arena. They just announced that. So I hope you enjoyed this showcase. Please comment down below if you have any ideas for future champions you want me to do. Again, here's a quick look at my collection. I'll do an account overview. Really want to pull a Baron so I can do a World's Strongest Baron because he's fully awakened. But if you want to see some of these +4 champions in a specific order, just put a comment down below what you want to see next, and I'll get cracking on it. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Go make someone else's day awesome. And I will see you guys soon. All right. BigPoppaDrock out.